Hi, I'm Zaria. Before we continue, I just want to mention that 97.8% of the people watching our videos aren't subscribed. So if you enjoy our stories, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us keep making more videos for you. My life was picture perfect last year. My husband Marcus and I welcomed our baby girl Lily after 3 years of trying. And I thought everyone would share our joy, especially my sister Diana. She's absolutely gorgeous, my mom cooed, cradling Lily during our first family dinner after her birth. Those chubby cheeks remind me of you as a baby, Zaria. Diana sat across the table, barely touching her food. She'd been quiet all evening, which was unusual for my normally chatty sister. Diana, would you like to hold her? I offered. I'm good, she said sharply. Maybe later. Marcus shot me a concerned glance. Everything okay, Diana? You've hardly said a word. Just tired, she muttered. Leo and I have been dealing with a lot. Leo, Diana's husband, shifted uncomfortably. We were going to wait to share, but we lost our baby last week, Diana interrupted. 10 weeks along. The table fell silent. Mom put her hand over her mouth. Diana, I'm so sorry, I said, reaching for her hand. Why didn't you tell us? She pulled away. What was there to say? Congrats on your baby, by the way. I just lost mine. We would have been there for you, Mom insisted. Like you were there for me when I found out I was pregnant? Diana scoffed. Everyone was too busy fussing over Zaria's baby shower to even notice my announcement. That's not true, I protested. We celebrated with you and Leo that weekend. Mom made your favorite chocolate cake, remember? A cake? Wow. Diana's voice dripped with sarcasm. Meanwhile, you got a full baby shower with 30 guests and enough gifts to fill a nursery twice over. Mom sighed. Diana, please don't compare. Both pregnancies were special to us. Diana's eyes flashed toward me. It happened the day after Lily was born. I don't understand, I said. Don't you? Her voice turned cold. I was so stressed about your emergency C-section, rushing to the hospital, everyone panicking. My body couldn't handle it. Leo cleared his throat. Diana, the doctor said that's not how it... You don't know that, Diana snapped. The timing can't be a coincidence. Marcus stood up. Diana, I understand you're grieving, but you can't possibly blame Zaria or our baby. Who else should I blame? Tears streamed down her face. Everything was fine until that day. Mom tried to intervene. Honey, miscarriages just happen sometimes. Not to me, Diana insisted. Not when everything was perfect. I was stunned. Diana, I'm truly sorry about your loss, but what? She challenged. But you don't care. But your baby is more important than mine was? That's not fair, I whispered, tears forming. You know what's not fair? Diana stood, pointing at me. You get your perfect baby while mine is gone, and you won't even acknowledge what you did. What I did? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. If you hadn't chosen that day, if you hadn't made everything about you... Diana! Leo grabbed her arm. That's enough. We're leaving. As they headed for the door, Diana turned back. I want you to admit it, Zaria. I want you to apologize for what happened to my baby. The door slammed behind them, leaving us in shocked silence. Lily began to cry, as if sensing the tension in the room. She can't be serious, Marcus said, pacing. But the look in my sister's eyes told me she was deadly serious, and that this was just the beginning. She's called me 6 times today, I told Marcus while rocking Lily to sleep. The last voicemail said she's giving me one more chance to make things right. Marcus sighed, rubbing his temples. This is getting out of hand. What does she expect from you exactly? She wants me to publicly apologize for causing her miscarriage, on social media, to the family, everyone. My voice cracked. She said until I take responsibility, she's going to make sure everyone knows what I did. The phone rang again. Mom. Zaria? Her voice sounded tired. Have you spoken with Diana today? No, I've been avoiding her calls. Why? She's telling everyone in the family that you knew she was pregnant when you scheduled your C-section and that you deliberately chose that timing to steal her thunder. My jaw dropped. That's insane. My C-section was an emergency. Lily was in distress. I know, honey, but Aunt Carol called me very upset, saying Diana was sobbing to her about how you've refused to apologize for causing her trauma. What exactly did she tell Aunt Carol? I asked, dreading the answer. Mom hesitated. She said you laughed when you heard about her miscarriage. That you said, now everyone can focus on my baby instead. That's a complete lie, I cried. How could she make up something so horrible? Marcus took the phone. Patricia, this has gone beyond family drama. Diana is spreading harmful lies. I know, Mom sighed. I tried talking to her, but she just accused me of taking Zaria's side. She even got angry at Leo when he tried to reason with her. After hanging up, I called Leo. We'd always gotten along well, and I needed to understand what was happening. Leo, what is going on with Diana? Zaria, I'm so sorry about all this. He sounded exhausted. She's not sleeping, barely eating. I suggested therapy, but she says the only thing that will help is for you to admit what you did. But I didn't do anything. I know that. The doctor explained that miscarriages at that stage are usually chromosomal. Nothing could have prevented it. Then why won't she stop? She needs someone to blame, and you have what she lost. Has she always been like this? I asked, realizing I'd never seen this side of my sister. Leo sighed heavily. Not to this extent. But she's always struggled when you achieved something first. Your graduation, your wedding, your house. She always felt she was in your shadow. This is just magnified beyond reason. Later that day, I received a text from my cousin Jade. Did you really schedule your delivery knowing Diana would be upset? Then another from Uncle Rick. Family shouldn't treat each other this way. You should apologize to your sister. This is ridiculous, Marcus declared, reading the messages. We need to talk to someone professional. The next day, we met with Dr. Reynolds, my therapist. What Diana is doing is called displacement, she explained. She's transferring her grief onto you, but that doesn't make her behavior acceptable. What should I do? I asked. Document everything. Every call, text, social media post. If she's defaming you, there could be legal implications. As we left her office, my phone buzzed with a notification. Diana had posted in our family group chat. Still waiting for Zaria to acknowledge what she did to me and my baby. Her silence speaks volumes about what kind of person she really is. Mom immediately responded, Diana, please stop this. You're hurting everyone, including yourself. Diana's reply made my blood run cold. I'm done being silent. If Zaria won't admit what she did, I'll make sure everyone knows, including her daughter when she's old enough to understand how her birth destroyed my baby's life. That's it, Marcus said firmly. We're not letting this continue. I stood at Diana's front door, heart pounding. Marcus waited in the car with Lily, insisting on staying nearby. We'd arranged this meeting with Leo's help. He'd ensured Diana would be home alone to avoid a public scene. Diana opened the door, her expression hardening when she saw me. Finally decided to face me? We need to talk, I said, stepping inside when she reluctantly moved aside. The house was a mess, unusual for my normally tidy sister. There's nothing to talk about unless you're here to apologize, she snapped, crossing her arms. Diana, I am deeply sorry for your loss. I can't imagine your pain. Don't give me that rehearsed sympathy crap, she interrupted. You know exactly what I mean. I want you to admit what you did. I took a deep breath. I didn't cause your miscarriage, Diana. That's not medically possible. Of course you'd say that. She paced the living room. Always perfect, Zaria, never at fault for anything. This isn't about fault. Miscarriages happen in about 20% of pregnancies, usually because... Stop with the medical lecture. You think I don't know the statistics? Her voice rose. My case was different. Everything was perfect until you needed everyone's attention on your dramatic delivery. My emergency C-section wasn't planned, Diana. Lily was in distress. Convenient timing, wasn't it? She sneered. Right when I was announcing my pregnancy to the extended family that weekend, I didn't even know you were planning to announce, because you never think about anyone but yourself. She jabbed a finger toward me. You could have waited another day for your dramatic emergency. I stared at her, shocked by the absurdity. Diana, listen to yourself. That's not how childbirth works. Don't patronize me, she shouted. I've lost everything while you parade around with your perfect baby, refusing to take any responsibility. The only thing I'm responsible for is protecting my family from your harmful accusations, I said firmly. You need help, Diana. Professional help. Her face darkened. You think I'm crazy? I think you're grieving and misdirecting your pain. Get out, she hissed. Diana, please, get out! She grabbed a photo frame from the coffee table, a family picture from last Christmas, and hurled it against the wall. Glass shattered across the floor. Leo rushed in from the backyard, alarmed by the noise. What's happening? Diana pointed at me, trembling with rage. She came here to call me crazy, to tell me my feelings aren't valid. That's not what happened, I insisted, turning to Leo. She's twisting everything I say. You've turned everyone against me, Diana continued, her voice rising hysterically. Even my own husband thinks I'm overreacting. Diana, please calm down, Leo pleaded. Don't tell me to calm down. She whirled back to me. You think you've won? That baby of yours better sleep with one eye open. You took mine, so why should you get to keep yours? The room went silent. Leo stared at his wife in horror. Did you just threaten my child? My voice was deadly quiet. Diana, Leo whispered. You don't mean that. But Diana's eyes remained fixed on me, cold and unblinking. Get out of my house! Now! As I turned to leave, she called after me. This isn't over, Zaria. Not until you pay for what you did. The restraining order has been granted, our lawyer Jennifer confirmed 3 days later. Based on the documented harassment, threats to your child, and witness statements from Leo and your mother, the judge agreed that Diana poses a credible threat. Marcus squeezed my hand. What happens now? The order prohibits Diana from contacting you in any way. Calls, texts, social media, or through third parties. She must stay at least 300 feet away from you, your home, and Lily's daycare, Jennifer explained. It's temporary for now, pending the full hearing next month. I never thought it would come to this, I whispered. The doorbell rang. Mom stood outside with Leo, both looking exhausted. Diana was served the papers an hour ago, Leo said as they entered. She didn't take it well. Mom hugged me tightly. I'm so sorry, honey. I should have stepped in sooner. How's Diana doing? I asked Leo. He shook his head. She's staying with her friend, Melissa. She's furious, says we've all betrayed her. She called me a traitor, Mom added quietly. Said I should have chosen her side since she's the one who suffered a loss. I told her this isn't about taking sides. It's about her threats and behavior. What did she say to that? I asked. Mom looked away. She said I was dead to her, just like you are. The court recommended therapy as a condition of potentially lifting the restraining order, I told them. Would she consider family counseling? 2 weeks later, we sat in Dr. Winter's office. Me, Marcus, Mom, Leo, and Diana. The tension was suffocating. I'm only here because the court forced me, Diana announced immediately. Dr. Winters nodded calmly. Thank you for your honesty, Diana. Would anyone like to share their hopes for today's session? I hope my sister will finally acknowledge the pain she's caused, Diana said before anyone could speak. I hope we can begin healing as a family, I countered. The session deteriorated quickly. When Dr. Winters suggested Diana's grief had manifested as displaced anger, she stood up abruptly. You're all against me. Even this so-called professional is taking Zaria's side. No one is taking sides, Dr. Winters assured her. Everyone here wants to support you. By filing restraining orders, by making me look crazy. Diana laughed bitterly. Some support. You threatened my baby, I reminded her quietly. I was upset. You pushed me to my breaking point. Leo tried to intervene. Diana, please. Don't start, Leo. You're the worst of all. My own husband siding with my sister. Dr. Winters attempted to redirect. Let's focus on constructive communication. There's nothing constructive about this charade, Diana spat. They've all made up their minds already. Diana, I said gently. I genuinely want to understand your pain, but I can't accept you blaming me or threatening my child. She glared at me with such hatred it made me flinch. Save your fake concern. You got what you wanted. Everyone's attention, everyone's sympathy. The golden child wins again. This isn't a competition, Mom pleaded. It's always been a competition, Diana retorted. And Zaria always wins. But Diana was already heading for the door. This is a waste of time. 1 month later, the court made the restraining order permanent after Diana violated it repeatedly. Leo filed for divorce shortly after. At Lily's first birthday party, surrounded by supportive family and friends, Mom pulled me aside. Diana asked me to give you this, she said hesitantly, holding out an envelope. Mom, you know that violates the restraining order? I know, but maybe read it? For closure? The letter was brief. I'm getting help now. I see things differently. Can we talk? Marcus read it over my shoulder. What do you think? I folded the letter carefully. I think some bridges can't be rebuilt, and that's okay. You don't have to decide now, Mom suggested hopefully. I already have, I replied, watching Lily laugh as Marcus swung her gently. My priority is protecting my family from harm. Diana made her choices, and now we're both living with the consequences. But she's your sister, Mom persisted. She was my sister, I corrected gently. Now she's someone who needs professional help that I can't provide. I wish her healing, but from a distance. I understand, Mom said after a moment. I just always hoped you two would reconcile someday. Some wounds go too deep for reconciliation, I explained. She didn't just hurt me. She threatened my child, tried to turn my family against me, spread vicious lies. Those aren't things I can forgive, even if she's getting better now. As our guests sang Happy Birthday to Lily, I realized something profound. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about setting boundaries that protect your peace and refusing to let toxic people back into your life, even when they come bearing apologies. Do you think I made the right choice? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about family drama and setting healthy boundaries.